How's she going, boys? Mike here, welcome back to Grampie's workshop. Well, I think what we're going to try and tackle today for a project is, earlier there I showed some of the damage I did in the yard when I was plowing last winter. And part of the damage was I clipped the leg on my bench in front of the barn and kind of broke the leg up. So what we're up to today is we're going to try and replace those parts and fix that leg on my bench. Alright, so I've got the bench here in the shop, standing up on its edge, and just to survey the damage, this cross piece here broken, this support piece up here broken, this leg is damaged, so I'm going to have to make a new leg, a couple new cross pieces. So in order to do that, I have to pretty well take this whole end of the bench apart. So you have to fight with them sometimes. I guess it's going to be a manual one. Alright. So those are all free. So once again, we're going to make sure we can get these screw heads dug out as clean as we can. They don't look too bad, really. And you know what? If you look at my driver there, the ends are, well, they're kind of rounded over. So I'm going to get a new driver just to try it. Okay, there's the new driver. Look how nice and true those edges are. So just to compare that with the old one. I think the old one was wore out. Okay. Yep, that new driver's the answer, buddy. Now the only thing holding it is the two screws that hold it to this middle cross leg here. So around the other side I'll take those out. So there's two screws here, or three of them I guess, into the end grain of this cross member. So I'll just dig these out. Alright. I guess that's it. Alright, so I got the pieces separated, and this is the piece that holds the seat slats, and it's a little concave there just to try to give the seat a little bit of, I don't know, character. And I found an old piece of 2x4 I had kicking around, so I'm just going to set this one on here, line it up as best I can. And I'm going to trace out this pattern so I can get it somewhat the same. A couple of angles on the ends. I was checking the legs over, and this one is damaged pretty good. Kind of had a screw pull through here, and this is where I hit it with the plow. So I'm going to make a new leg. So on the other end of this, I should be able to get this leg cut out. If I lay that on there nice and careful. This has just got an angle cut on both ends. Alright, I apologize for the lighting here, but I'm not complaining because it's sunshine that's making the shadows so bad. I'm just going to line this up as near as I can. That says 11 degrees, so I guess that's pretty good. So I'm going to cut this. Be the same on both ends. And then this one, this is the one for the cross brace for the seat legs. Should be 11 degrees the other way. Alright, now I have to head over to the bandsaw and I'm going to cut this little profile here. Alexa, start vac.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not going to use PL on this because I may be taking it apart again at some time. You never know. So I'm going to line these up as best I can. Put a couple of pilot holes in here. And a couple of screws. And then I'll do the same on this end. And this is just an outside bench, so I'm not real worried much about how close everything turns out to be. Whoops. There's my drill. Just as long as they're kind of halfway close to where they used to be. Okay, now, one thing I neglected when I was cutting my pieces is I need this piece in here. I don't know what happened that I forgot that, but anyways I did. However, I do have extra pieces of wood, so where did I get one? So once again I'm using the mark that's already exposed here. So 4.5 and 4.5, about like that. So I mark this one and I mark this one. Go make a couple of cuts to screw that on. Alright, so here we are, line that up on the old mark. 4.5, 4.5. Can't get much closer than dead on. Alright, so there's our piece. Now it's just a matter of putting it back on the bench. I'm going to scrape a little bit of that paint off first before I assemble it though. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, I'm just going to take the loose stuff off. Anyway, got a little bit of scraping to do, so I'll be back. Alright, so we got a little bit of the paint scraped off, not all of it, because there's a lot to scrape. I scraped for a while, I think I have it all, and then I find more. Just like finding $10 bills in your wallet, right? You think you got them all out, and the next time you open your wallet, there's another one there. No, wait, that's not how it goes. Okay, we're going to put this up here now. See how we make out. And what I'm doing to try to get this lined up just exactly where I want it, I'm looking at the other side of it there. So this joint here comes even just like it is right there. I'll put one screw in there just to hold it. Alright, that doesn't look too bad, you know. Now what I want to do is check the dimension at the bottom from this outside edge to this brace and make sure they're both the same. 4.5, you can't see down there, but that's what it was, 4.5. Okay, so this has got to come over a little bit, about like that. From there to there is 4.5. Or it will be when I'm finished. There, 4.5. Now I'm going to put the screw in and just do a little check. And so normally what you would do is you would measure front to back on both sides, or side to side on the front and back. But because these screws were put in the middle of the old 2x4s, I can cheat a little bit on my dimensions because I'm just replacing this part. So these screws are now lined up in the middle of this seat slat 2x4. And on the far side there, this 2x4 is just a little bit proud of that leg, so that's what I'm doing here. And I'm going to put these screws in. On this side, it's 2.25. So on this side, that's 2.25 right there. Whoa, whoa, just one second. If I measure it, I may as well hold it there, right? 2.25. Get up there, you. Right there. Now we just space these equally. Doesn't look too bad. Alright, now with the seat slats on and a couple of screws in the back, I'm going to stand it back up on its edge and finish screwing the underside of it. So again, measuring at the bottom, 13 inches to the longest edge. I think we're done. Pretty sturdy. Alright, I got my bench reconstructed after the winter's damage done there. It wasn't a big job, just cut a little couple of pieces, nailed them on there. The big job is going to be making sure I get all the paint scraped off and then get it repainted. But like I was saying earlier, I'm going to let it sit there in the sun for a little bit and dry out. And today, luckily, it's a really nice sunny day. We haven't had many of these. It's been a miserable spring. Miserable in a lot of ways. COVID-19 just being one of the ones on the list of misery we've been suffering through. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. A quick little fix, and I'm going to go now, sit on my bench, take a break. So thanks for tuning in. Thumbs up me, and we'll talk to you.